what's up everyone? Jack85 here, and welcome to my Road to Glory FIFA 19 career mode, and the club that I've chosen to do it on is Newport County. And this is a team that, up until last season, I really didn't know a whole lot about. Like, I knew that they existed, but not really a whole lot of things I knew about this team. I do know that they are one of only 3 Welsh teams to be playing in the English Football League system. The other 2 are Swansea City and Cardiff City. And this team also, well, you can see that they play in League 2, but, yeah, their nicknames are the Exiles, but they're also known as the Ironsiders, too, which I'll probably refer to them as the Exiles in the title of this video, but, yeah, I was really excited to get a chance to play this team, which, I gotta be honest with you, for the longest time, I was prepared to do a Tranmere Rovers career mode for my Road to Glory, but I looked at this was towards the end of last season, and I saw what was going on in League 2, and I noticed that Tranmere and Newport were the 2 teams that made it to the promotion finals, and I said to myself, whoever loses that promotion final is the one that's going to be the one that I'm going to pick to do my career mode on. And sure enough, Newport County lost to Tranmere in the 119th minute of time in the promotion final, and therefore I said pick Newport County. And also a bit of, even though they didn't get promoted last season in real life, they did have a bit of a memorable FA Cup run. In the 3rd round, they provided one of the biggest shocks of the competition, knocking out Leicester City in round 3, and then in round 4, they continued and beat championship side Middlesbrough, before they ended up losing in the 5th round to Manchester City, who ended up winning the entire competition. And I should say that it was actually Newport County striker by the name of Padre Gamon who ended up finishing as top goal scorer in the FA Cup last season alongside Gabriel Jesus. So, pretty interesting season that this Newport County team had last year. And yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty excited to do this Road to Glory career mode on them. And let's just get out of here real quick, because I do want to show you the opening transfer budget that I had to deal with this Newport County team. As you can see here, I got $675,000 transfer budget. This is among the smallest transfer budgets you will ever see of any club in this game. I think the lowest is actually $600,000, which really isn't all that much lower than what I have right now, and I had a wage budget of $3,000 to deal with, so yeah, when it comes to a small team like this, you have to be really frugal with your money, and because I wanted this to be as true to life as you can, so to speak, I decided not to do a financial takeover. I decided just to let myself be humble at the very beginning, only have like $675,000 in the transfer kitty. That way I can build myself up, get youth academy players, get some free agents in there, build my team up. That way I can raise revenue. That way I can earn more and more money as the seasons and the series go by. But I do have to admit, which actually I won't tell you guys until I get there. But first I want to show you guys. No, I don't want to do career, but I want to show you guys the objectives that the board gave me. So, they want me to fight for promotion, which fighting for promotion is anything from 7th place up, because the top 3 in League 2 automatically get promoted to League 1. But to be honest with you, I'll be happy if I finish in the top 7, but honestly, I do want to finish up in the top 3 in League 2. I do want to get automatic promotion. And with the team that I have built, even with my limited budget, I think I have a pretty decent team that should have a good shot at getting promoted automatically to League 1. And Domestic Cup, they want me to reach the round of 32, which I'm not sure that's going to be attainable or not, but we'll just see what happens there. But as far as the team, this is my starting 11 here, and this is also my backup 11, as you can see here. But one of the things... well, the only thing I really have to admit, you guys, because I want to be transparent with you guys, I want to tell you exactly what's going on with this series. The only thing I tweaked about this team is that the loan signings that I made, like, well, no, I didn't make it, the game made it. It's also loan signings in life. For instance, Megan Poole, he's on loan from Manchester United, and there's also, let's see here. I have a striker named McCurdy that's on the bench that's on loan from Aston Villa. I got, even though he's injured, Ben Kennedy, he's on loan from, I think, Bristol City or someplace like that. But anyways, all the players that were marked as loan for this team, I decided to make those deals permanent, so I don't have to deal with. Because I really do not like how the loan system works, especially in this version of FIFA 19. I'd much prefer if it worked the same way as what it did on the PlayStation. And because of me not liking the loan system, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to have to deal with that. All my loan signings are making permanent. And I also made 3 more additions to the squad, which I'll talk about in the squad reports. But 3 players that signed to the team in real life during the summer here, which I did up until July 14th, where I got to see what new additions I had. But other than the new additions and making the loan signings permanent, everything else in this career mode is pretty much going to be legit. But though, yeah, like I said, I want to be transparent, and I did want to let you know that I did tweak some things. But anyway, moving right along. Good to see our starting 11 here. Joe Day is actually my starting goalkeeper, but that's going to change here probably within this season. I'm going to say around the January transfer window, that's going to end up changing. I'll talk about that when I get there. You can see Daniel Ledbetter. This is actually one of the players that I talked about. I actually got him from, I want to say, Bristol Rovers, I think. I don't even remember, but Daniel Ledbetter is a player that I brought in since he came in real life. Regan Poole, he was a loan signing that I decided to make permanent. Demetrio was in there since the beginning. Ryan Haynes actually came in during the summer from Shrewsbury Town, and I did do Shrewsbury Town career mode off camera. So I do know what Ryan Haynes is about, and he's already grown by 1, which really makes me happy. He's only 22 years old, so he's going to be growing quite a bit, hopefully, as this series progresses. Now, I did make some free agent signings with what limited budget I had. See, I started off with $675,000 in the transfer budget, but I also played the preseason tournament, which I'll talk about here pretty soon. I ended up earning an extra $1.46 million, so I added that on my $675,000, and I was able to make 4 free agent signings. And here's the first one: Jefferson Intriago from, I think that's Ecuador. He's 66 rated, but he has the potential to get as high as the mid-70s in potential. And he's a part of my starting 11, so I'm excited about him. Keanu Marsh-Brown, who's actually going to be in there temporarily for the injured Ben Kennedy at right midfield. But Ben Kennedy's another one of those loan signings I made permanent. But Marsh-Brown is in there. He's going to be my backup right mid. Matthew Dolan, 63 rated, already grew by 1. Here's another free agent signing that I made. 65 rated Teboho Mokoena from South Africa. He has a potential of about 72, 73. He can play. It says he's a center mid, but I'm actually going to have him as center attacking mid, which I do have him as a center attacking mid in my starting 11. But yeah, Jamil Matt, the Jamaican 62 rated striker. He's 28 years old. I got a couple seasons with him, but he's actually been my top goal scorer so far in this team, and I played in an international tournament with him. This guy feels amazing to play with. I can't wait to see how he progresses the next couple seasons. Here's Padraig Amand from Ireland, I told you guys about before, who ended up being the joint top goal scorer alongside Gabriel Jesus in real life in FA Cup. So he's 62 rated, but he's already 30 years old, so this is pretty much going to be the only season that I'm really going to have that he's going to make any kind of impact before he starts dropping off on overall. Now here's going to be my future starting goalkeeper. This is a guy that's going to take Joe Day's place, and this is a guy that I wish I knew about before, but it's Alessandro Busti from Canada. When I got him, it was at 59 rating. I've been training him up. I mean, he's already at a 62 rating, so he's only 2 below Joe Day, and I expect him to get that, heck, even before the January transfer window, to be honest. But, yeah, he's going to end up being my starting goalkeeper for a good chunk of this career mode, I say. Ben Kennedy, I talked about. Josh Sheehan. Used to be my starting center attacking mid before I got Mokoena, but I have him as my backup center attacking mid. And once again, I forgot to mute my phone. I forgot about that. Let me just mute this here real quick. Sorry about that. Dion Butler, my backup left back. He's already grown by 1. He's only 24 years old, so there's room for him to grow. Adebayo Aziz, I've been giving him drills because he's already grown by 1. He's now at a 58. He's only 24 years old, so I got about 6 seasons with him before he starts dropping off. Fraser Franks, my backup center back, 62 rating. Andrew Cross, my backup center mid, he's a 64 rating, but he's 34 years old, so I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to have him on the team. Well, so far he's been pretty decent for me, but I do have to watch out for him. Michael Flynn, he's already dropped by 1. He's 37 years old, though, so... And he's a player for history books, according to FIFA. Thomas Hillman, age 17, he's went up by 1 to a 49 rating. And this is the last free agent signing that I made, and it's Meyer Bevan, and he's already 59 rating. 59 rated. I decided to put him in there just because my depth isn't exactly great, and I noticed that I was short on strikers, so I decided to sign him. His potential is in the high 60s, low 70s, so it's not super great, but I do want to have a bit of depth in my squad, and you see some of these other players here. Baconson has a high potential. I think his potential is like 72, 73. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. Vashon Newfield, 57 rated left back. McCurdy, this is another loan signing that I made permanent. He was originally from Aston Villa. And pretty much everybody else. Townsend used to be my backup goalkeeper before I got Boosty. Wilmot used to be my backup center attacking mid. He's at a 60 rating. O'Brien used to be my backup center back, but he ended up getting replaced too. Labadie, Scott Bennett, David Pipe. And that's pretty much it for my team. And before I end this video off, I do want to show the what's been going on in the league. And you can probably see in the table, I am in 5th place with 2 wins and 3 draws, and I got 9 points. And I had a really interesting start to the season. As a matter of fact, I started the season off on after the preseason tournament. I started the season off on a 4-match losing streak, 4-match winless streak rather, because my opening match against Mansfield, who they ended up beating in real life in the promotion playoffs in order to get to the final before losing out to Tranmere, I began things with a 0-0 draw against them on the road. Then I played Crew Alexandria at home and I got a 2-2 draw against them. Then I played, I forget what round, I think this is round 1 of the Carabao Cup. I ended up losing 2-1 on the road against Bradford, so I'm immediately out of the Carabao Cup. Another away game, I played against Exeter City, again another draw, I got a 2-2 draw. And then finally at home against Notts County, who ended up getting relegated in real life, I ended up beating them 1-0, which, if I would have got another draw there, I think I would have snapped. But anyway, and I get another 1-0 win against Grimsby Town, again, a home game, so both wins have been at home. And the next game, which I'm actually going to play in the next video, is against Port Vale, and this one is on the road. And then I have a Checkatrade Trophy game against Rochdale, which I will concentrate on the Checkatrade Trophy since all the other cups are pretty much going to be out of the question for me. And I should play this game against Tranmere too. And let's see, I'll probably play the game against Tranmere, and I'll probably play this game against Forest Green. And my goal here for this particular career mode is to play around the 1st of each month, because I do want to show you guys what I've been doing in the Youth Academy, because that's going to be a big part of this career mode, especially in this first season, to build my Youth Academy up. But anyway, just to show you guys what's going on in the preseason tournament, I ended up beating PEC's Vol 11-0, the Dutch side, in the final. Semifinals, I ended up beating another Dutch side in Heracles Almelo. And in the group stage, I didn't even realize I played against Swole. I ended up getting a 0-0 draw against them. But I also played against NAC Breda, and also played against Ranheim Football, which I'm guessing that's a Norwegian side, which I'm not exactly sure. I really wish I'd have done research on them, but yeah, that was pretty much a preseason tournament for me. And oh, I almost forgot to show my youth academy. So I end up getting 2 youth scouts. I end up getting a 2-star experience, 2-star judgment English scout named Dylan Harrison, who I sent here right here in England. Hopefully I'll find the next golden generation of English football. And I got Caleb Thomas, which is 1-star experience, 1-star judgment. I actually sent him to my home country, the United States. And there's actually one player that I'm actually thinking about signing up to the Youth Academy. And I'll show you who that is here real quick. And it's actually this Joseph Bliska guy. Even though his overall isn't all that great, his potential was up in the low to mid 80s. And this guy, even though he's got a... Actually, both of them say Bliska. I didn't even realize that. His overall is not too bad, but his potential isn't too bad. And just want to show you my what my other scout did. And I got Archie Watson, who's has a potential of around 80, which isn't super great. And I got this guy, which I may end up dropping entirely. So I'm not going to sign anybody yet, but I do want to keep an eye on those players. And if anybody grows, then I will put them on the team, because, like I said before in the beginning of this video, I want to be frugal with my money. So I want to make sure I'm spending it in all the right places, and I'm spending it on all the right players. Now that does include my youth academy, because that does, for each player I sign, I think it costs like 25 grand, and my wage costs around 500. So I do want to make sure that I have enough money for that. But yeah, I didn't even realize I've been speaking for almost 18 minutes. I apologize for that. Which most of you are familiar with my previous career modes know that the beginning of the season is usually my talky bits. So I did want to cover all the bases here. Next video I will make will be against Port Vale. We'll be playing that. So, but thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this series, and I will see you guys again next time.